Have you ever been in a conversation in English and your brain just freezes? You understand the words, you know the grammar, but when it's your turn to speak, nothing comes out. You start translating in your head and suddenly your confidence disappears. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone and it's not your fault. Today I'm going to show you how to rewire your brain so you can think in English naturally, stop translating, and finally speak with confidence, even if you've been struggling for years. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sammy and I work with adult English learners and newcomers who feel stuck. I've seen so many people who can understand English perfectly but freeze or translate everything in their head before speaking. Today I want to take you through a journey, a story, a set of exercises and some deep mindset shifts, so that by end of this video you'll understand why your brain translates and how you can stop it. We are going to mix stories, psychology and practical exercises, and I promise it will feel realistic and relatable. Nothing too complicated or academic. Even if you feel shy, nervous or embarrassed about your English, this method works. You don't need perfect grammar, a perfect accent, a year of classes. You just need to understand how your brain works and how to train it the right way. Let's imagine a person, someone like you or me, who moved to a new English-speaking country like Canada. Every day they walk into cafes, stores or workplace and hear English all around them. At first it's exciting, but then it starts to feel overwhelming. One morning they go to Tim Hortons, the cashier greets them, "Hi, what can I get for you today?" Instantly, their brain freezes. They understand the question, but their mouth doesn't move inside. They're thinking, okay, first I have to translate in my head. Coffee, latte, yes, latte. No, wait, is that correct? Maybe I should say small or medium. Oh, too late. By the time they respond, the moment has passed and they just nod or say yes, feeling embarrassed. They walk out thinking, why can't I just speak? I know the words. I understand why it's so hard. This happens every day. At the bus stops, in the elevator, in meeting, and during a small talk. Even though they've learned English for years, the brain keeps translating. And the more it translates, the slower it gets. The more it translates, the less confidence they feel. Here's the key insight. The brain isn't lazy or broken. It's protecting you. It wants to avoid mistakes and embarrassment, so it forces you to slow down. Every time you hesitate, it thinks better to pause than to risk looking wrong. And that's why translating becomes a habit. Your brain thinks it's helping. Now let's look at a different scenario. Imagine they're at work, trying to explain an idea in a meeting. They understand the question perfectly, but inside their mind, they're having a full conversation in their first language, translating each word before speaking. By the time they open their mouths, the moment is gone. Colleagues move on, and our character feels frustrated and invisible. They think, I know English, why can't I just speak? Can you relate? Maybe you're being there. The moment when your brain knows the words, but your mouth doesn't follow. That's the exact moment we are going to change. The first step is awareness. Notice when your brain starts translating. Is that at the cafe meeting or when speaking to friends? Awareness is crucial because you can fix some things you don't notice. And here's a secret most teachers don't tell you. Translating is not your fault. Your brain developed this habit to protect you from mistakes and embarrassment. It's a survival mechanism, not a weakness. But now we are going to rewire it. We are going to train your brain to start thinking in English automatically. Before we jump into exercises, let's see what's happening in the brain when you translate. Every time you translate, your working memory is overloaded. Imagine your brain is a backpack. If you keep adding dictionaries and translating everything word by word, your backpack gets heavy, your steps slow down, and you stumble. That's why sentences take longer and speaking feels stressful. Here is an example. Our character wants to say, I'm looking for a new apartment. In their minds, it starts as I want apartment new apartment. I'm looking for. Wait, is that correct? By the time the sentence is formed, they might end up saying, I look apartment new and feel frustrated. The brain is trying but is overworked. And here's the thing, translating is just slow. It kills confidence. Every time you hesitate, your inner critic gets louder. You are not good enough. You should silly. You'll never speak fluently, and these thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy. The brain thinks better safe than sorry, so it reinforces the translation habit. But the good news is this habit can be broken. It takes awareness, practice, and new routines. And the moment you start thinking in English, your sentences flow naturally. Your confidence grows and conversations become enjoyable. Now let's do the exercise. Pick a daily activity. It could be making coffee, walking in your neighborhood, cooking, or even scrolling your phone. Narrate everything in English, in your mind or out loud, without translating. For example, I take the cup, I pour coffee, I open the fridge, I see eggs, I take two eggs, I crack them, I put them in the pan. Do not think of the words in your first language first. Just describe what you see, hear, and do in English. Notice your brain translating. If it does, pause, take a breath, and repeat the sentence directly in English. It's okay if it feels slow at first. Every time you do this, your brain learns I can think in English without translating. Start with 3 to 5 minutes a day. Gradually increase to 10 to 15 minutes and it becomes more natural. Let me give you one example. Imagine you're cooking breakfast. In the past, your brain would translate every step. Okay, now I open the fridge. What's the English word again? Now we think loud English, we narrate. I open the fridge, I take milk, I pour milk in the bowl, I get the spoon, I stir. It feels simple, almost silly at first, but that's the point. Your brain is rewiring itself to think directly in English, not translate word by word. You can do this anywhere, walking, cleaning, or even talking to yourself quietly in the shower. The goal is repetition. The more your brain hears English from your own thoughts, the faster it stops translating. So that's your first step to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English naturally. Remember, it's about small, consistent practice, noticing when your brain translates and giving it new habits. Over time, your confidence will grow and speaking English will feel much easier and more natural. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel for more tips, exercises, and mindset and strategies to help you speak English confidently every day.